And it's about to start. About right now, just 10 now. A minute. I hope you guys can see what I'm. Network has a little bit problem. And to start, okay. The Wi-Fi is connected. Hello, guys. Hello. If you can hear me, if you can hear me, just type W. Okay, let's begin. Okay, sorry for that. This is the note that we are going to walk through. Introduction to Excel and the Excel interface. Objective: familiarize the students with Excel interface, terminology, and basic navigation. Okay, who can tell me what is Excel? Excel is a spreadsheet application used to manage data. It organizes information into rows and columns. Yesterday we talked about how columns and rows are. Okay, I hope you can remember that. The intersections of row and column is called cell. Okay, I'm gonna show you in a minute what is a cell, which can hold text, numbers, or formulas. Okay, let's open our Excel. Make sure you have your Excel with you. That's why I said your laptop should be close to you. Or if you don't have a laptop, you can just watch this, which I don't prefer. Okay. Okay. Open a blank. Okay, let's begin. These are, I said this is a column. A column is this vertical line this is a column and this is a row. This is now a horizontal line, that is a row. Okay, so we have these are columns: B, column B, column C, column D, column E, column F. Okay, and we have rows. We have row 1, row 2. I hope you guys can see what I mean by row and column. So a row is a horizontal line and a column is a vertical line in an Excel. Okay, so the intersection between a column and an Excel form a small box like this one. Okay, so this is column F, and let's say row 5, they meet at this box. This box is what we call a cell. Okay, I hope we are together up to here, which can hold text, numbers, or formulas. Okay. Okay. I hope we are together up to here. Now let's go to part 2, so you guys can see what Excel is. As I said, is a spreadsheet application to manage data. So we use it to manage data. Okay. It organizes information into rows and columns. So okay, it said the informations are arranged into columns and rows. The intersections between a row and a column form what we call a cell. Okay, hope we are together up to here. And which can hold text. Okay, it is a text and numbers or formulas. That is what basically Excel is. Let's go ahead and learn Excel interface overview, key parts of Excel. Okay, the ribbon tab. Ribbon tab is the upper part where the formulas and the home insert data items are found. Okay, this is what ribbon is. This is the white box up there where we have a lot of information. This is a list. This is what we call a ribbon. So if you go to the insert side, so it has home, insert, page, formulas, data, review. These are what we call a ribbon. Okay, a ribbon is where we have formulas, where we can control our data. But once we go ahead and in the next class, you will understand and you'll be more familiar with this. Let's go and check what is a worksheet area. I think yesterday we covered also what is a worksheet area. Worksheet area basically is this white side on the lower part of a ribbon where we store information in column and row form. So this is what we call a worksheet. So we can add another worksheet by just clicking this plus icon, then that is sheet 2. As you can see, we have a second sheet. Alright, so when you want to delete a sheet, so if you have found another sheet accidentally and you want to delete it, so let's say you just press this plus icon without knowing, then you want to delete this sheet, you just go here where delete is written. So you just click, there's a small arrow on the right side of a delete, so you just click that and move towards to the delete sheet and left click. Okay, now let's delete the other one also. Let's just do the same formula and go to the delete sheet. Okay, that's it. Click it. Now we have deleted the sheet. I've taught you how to delete the sheet and how to add a sheet. Okay, now this is what we call a worksheet. Okay, this is what we call a worksheet. We store our information in worksheet. We write things in our worksheet and we manage our data set through ribbon. Okay, that is now what we are doing. Okay, formula bar displays content or formulas. The formula bar is found at the ribbon, and here is what we call a formula next to the ribbon. This is a formula bar. Whenever we are writing numbers, or let's say we are writing information in an in a cell. I hope you know what cell is. Whenever we are writing a cell, whenever we are writing information in a cell, it is displayed in a formula bar. So we will able to see our information being written at the formula bar. For example, and equals to, let's say equals to 5 5 5 plus 5 plus wait 5. Okay, as you can see here, we have equals to 5 plus 5. Okay, this is what formula bar does. So it usually writes the information that have been written in an Excel through the formula bar. You can also do this. This is the right way of doing it. Whenever we're writing information in a cell, you just click the cell and move to this formula bar. Okay, sorry, and write your information there. 5 5 plus 5. Okay, 10. You just press enter and the answer is given in the cell. Alright, that is what the formula bar is. It displays the formula, whatever you're writing, and it is then the answer is returned in the cell you want it to be. Okay, by first pressing the cell you want. Let's say you want column B and row 6. Now you want this cell, and you want, let's say you want to write 20, so you want to work out 20. Okay, so and what I haven't told you about is Excel. Excel is not a normal it's just a book, but it has some small difference, right, from the normal book. Okay, so as you can see, this is the worksheet just looks similar to a book, right? But here's the difference. When I was so Excel, the formula is written by starting with equals to. So if you don't write this equal sign on the left side, then the answer will not be returned. So that is how Excel works on. So our normal mathematics book, whenever we are writing and submitting our work to our class teachers, we usually write this way, right? Okay, so whenever I do this, for example, I do this, Excel will not understand that we are calculating 5 plus 5. But if you put it on the left side and the left side, so in anything you're doing, not only for calculations, whenever you're writing something or down, you have to start with the equal sign on the left side. Okay, let's enter and see. You see, it just thinks it's a test, so it takes, that's what it thinks. So if you want it to calculate for you something, you have to start with equal sign on the left side. Then you put your equations you want, your calculations, 10 plus 10 plus 10, then let's say okay, 1019 plus 1019 plus 10, then you just click there, 1029. So, and if you want to remove this, let's say you have written something accidentally and you want to go back to where you were. Let's say I wanted to write 10 plus 10, but I wrote 1019 plus 10. I want to go back. You don't have to delete. Okay, so there's two ways of doing this, but the best way is to go back to your writing. Okay, you can do this. Okay, you can correct it by just going to the formula bar and writing the 10 plus 10, and then you just enter. Okay, the second way of doing it is, let's say 10, 19. This is the best way, and let's say, okay, this is the answer, but I want it to be 20. So just go to the cell, you click the cell, then press Control Z on your keyboard. So Control Z. You see, it goes back to where you were earlier on. So earlier on we have changed, okay, to 20, right? So just click. If you want to go back to something behind, just press Control Z. Okay, it goes back the work you were doing few minutes ago. Okay, and the Control Y, it gives you the work that in future. Alright, if you want to go to in front, you just press Control Y. Okay, this is where we were earlier on. Okay, so it cannot go behind, it cannot go before this because we have not indicated anything. We went just behind. If you want to go backwards, you just press Control Z. This is where we started. Okay, if you want to go in front, Y, Control Y, then here we go. Okay, you see I cannot go more than this. Okay, because we have discussed. Okay, if you want to delete a cell, you just right click and delete. No, sorry. If you want to delete, you just right click and go to delete. Okay, it's deleted. Okay, that is the third way of doing it, but I don't recommend you doing that way. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me, and maybe the mic is not okay, I don't know. Okay, let's start. Mhm. We have seen what formula buys. It displays cell content. Okay, whatever is written in the cell, it is displayed in the formula bar. That's what I said. So the correct way of doing it is just by going to the cell, you click the cell, then you move to the formula bar and write your information there. That is the best way of doing it. Okay, number 4 is name box. Displays selected cell references A1 and name box. Okay, workbook and worksheet. Okay, let's go to and check this. I don't use it that much, by the way. This name box not even must, to be honest. Just selected references. This is it. If you want a cell that you want to reform, you go to the name box. But let's go and do what is usually done by data analyst. Usually something that you will come across every single day. So you want to be using a name box. So there's a workbook. Each sheet is a worksheet. So normally they have repeated what we have said. This is a workbook, alright? I mean this is a sheet. So and if you want to get a file, so you just go to you press the select the I mean you click file icon on the left side and you press new, right, or open. You can just say, then you browse, you go to browse and you use the file you want. Okay, the file you want, but right now we haven't reached that, but that is basically what it is talking about. Okay, that's how you get the information, the data to be analyzed. That is how your company will send you the data in form of a file. Then you go to the file and you said you open, browse, then you select the file. It will display as a workbook, and now as a workbook, where now you will try to analyze the data. clean the data. Cleaning data means moving some errors, and so where necessary, the blank spaces, and checking blank spaces where necessary, and making the data readable. Right, so if you have spelling errors, you correct it. So that is what we mean by cleaning data. Alright, so now let's go and go to Excel walkthrough. Open Excel, new blank workbook. Click on A1 and type hello Excel. Alright, so the A1 is referred to by clicking a cell. That is why let's do it step by step. Okay, open our Excel. So we have opened our Excel workbook and press A1. Alright, let's say A1. Okay, now you are told to print hello Excel. Okay, alright, enter. So that is what we call hello Excel. But observe the formula bar. Alright, you guys can watch the formula bar. It is written hello Excel. I think we have discussed that one. And can you guys hear me? Oh, wait, let me confirm something here. There's a small thing where, give me a minute, a little bit. Is it better now? Let me check. Hello? Hello? Okay, and we can continue if you guys can hear me. So I removed my mic because I feel like the mic is making the voice a bit lower and faint. So we can continue with our work. Okay, we were told to print hello Excel. For in the chat, just say hi. Okay, let's continue. We were told to display hello Excel. All right, so when we wrote hello Excel, we probably cannot see the whole Excel, so the other L. So how do we do that for it to fit properly so that we see all the informations we are just looking at the formula bar? I told you yesterday, you go to formats and click the icon on the right side of the format, then go to auto fit column and width. Okay, That's how probably we'll do it. But I feel like my Excel has a problem. Alright, so now you can see it properly. There's a space. Everything is clear now. Okay. Now that is what we are told to print. Hello Excel, and observe the formula bar. It displays the content of the cell. Okay, I have just selected, right? Entering and editing data. Alright. Okay, we are going to enter these informations. I want to see and input the data. Okay, we are going to enter these informations so as the headers. This name, age, country. Okay. Alright, so now let's remove this. Let's wrap this and write our information. So cell 1 is usually used to write the headers, meaning the titles. Right, that's what it means. So cell 1 usually we don't use it in an Excel. Alright, so we use cell 1 for what? For headers only. Okay, name. I'll tell you what I mean by that. You'll see that. Okay, age and country. Okay, now these are headers. So what we do is we make it bold. All right, uh, and Control Z. If something like that happens, don't panic. Just write Control Z. Okay. Okay. Um, and Control Z. So there's a small issue here. All right, just click here. Then go to the bold icon here. As you can see now, our name, age, and country are bold. All right, so now let's under names, let's put these names: Alice, Mike, and John. Let's say John, age 25, 20, 10. uh, nah, it can't be 10, sorry, 28. All right, now countries, put US, United States of America, United States of America. All right, so when you see this, it goes beyond the cell. So all right, I'll tell you how to fix this. So I think we have discussed the other way. You can go to the upper part of the where C is written, so you can just double click there, or and or let's go back, or where, or you can just go back to here and press out of it column and wait. Okay, let's say England and France. All right, those are the countries. Now if you want these things to be in a box, you probably have to do just click any cell, even if it is here, just click any cell, then Control A. When you click Control A, go to the insert tab and press table. Then you have to check this my table headers, make sure it is checked, then press OK. Okay, now can you see that it looks more organized, more clean? Can see that. All right, it is very good. Okay, let's go back and just press Ctrl Z. Now you see it is back to our normal data set. Okay, let's check what is written. This is basically what we just talked about. Or to jump through data. All right, so now we clicked bold. All right, apply bold, and all right, so apply borders and fill color. All right, the color will come next. So this ones you haven't you're not supposed to learn now. So I think we talked about yesterday, but we will talk about it again, but not today. The borders. Let me just someone just Okay, I'm back, guys. Where are we? We were talking about borders and fill colors via home tab. Okay, let's talk about the borders first of all. Borders in an Excel, borders are lines you can add and around the cell to make them more visually organized or easy to read. So it will be easy to read for you, right? Okay, let me show you how you can add borders. So you have to go to your home tab, so where we are right now, and then you go to you click the where is it? This is the conditional formatting. Okay, mm, give me a minute. Okay, enough. Okay, you see this small box here, you click this small box, then you go to borders. Okay, now you choose which one you want, the type of border you want. So you want the bottom or lots of stuff you want. So and so now outliners, so these are the borders we have right now. So you choose which one you want, right? So if you want to add colors, you can also add. Okay, let's do some experience. So let's choose outline. And okay, think is you can see that it is yellow. That is what border is, right? You can see there it's surrounded by yellow. color, so we choose the color as yellow. So we say that you go to home tab, then this small box here, click it and go to the borders. You choose the type of border you want. All right, if you want none, you just click there, none. And colors, you there's a question this guy asked me, so why do we need borders? So the reason why we need borders, let's say you are highlighting data. So you are analyzing data, you are working for a company, and the company tells, and you're working for a company. Then there's an important information in that cell. If you wanted to highlight it so that it can be seen clearly by anyone who just brushes through the data set after it's clean. Okay, we said that borders, if you're working for a company and the data set you are working through, you're analyzing, and has an you come across a cell that has an important information, you want to make sure that you don't forget that cell when you are presenting your information. So you put borders around that cell so that it can easily be seen by anyone, even you when you are going through the data set. Okay, now we are in the fill color zone area. So here let's talk about the fill color. What is it used for? It is used to change the background color of a cell or range of cells. Okay, let's go and let's can see how we can change the colors. So for example, we want to change we want to change the color of this, right? So go to the home tab, then um I think it is here, then go to the fill color. Hope you guys can see this. So now these are the background colors you can put. Okay, you can put blue, and let's see if we put blue, what happens. As you can see, we have different colors. All right, so let's say you want to highlight this um, number of cells, that is one cell. You want to highlight number of cells, you just go there, you go to the fill color, then you choose the color you want. Okay, um, all right, so you just press even if you even when you can see a color you want, you can just go there. We have more colors where you can customize by yourself, right? So let's click here. As you can see, this column is highlighted, meaning that this column is very important. For example, this is a column that shows where to invest, so it needs to be highlighted so that the stakeholders can see properly where to invest properly. Okay, now if you want to remove the fill color, just go back to where the font is, click it, then you move to fill, then you press no color, and Okay, I have just removed one cell. So if you want to remove many cells, you go to the same place, said go to the field, then press no color. Okay, now as you can see, it has gone back to our original way. Okay, wow. We have done borders, we have done field color. So I said that we also talked about yesterday, but then in future we won't be even using those field colors. We'll be using this conditional formatting. So you will see that once we go ahead. That is a upcoming lessons. We will learn more about that. Okay. So without wasting time, let's go and check what is next now. Excel formulas and basic calculations. Alright, so using objective use formulas for basic math cell reference. Okay, what is a formula? A formula is an expression that performs calculations. All formulas begin with equals to then. So I think that we have discussed that, but we are going back to it again. I thought that we want to be seeing again. Okay, but two, basic arithmetic in Excel. Build this table: product, price, quantity, and then there is a total. All right, I'll tell you how this is done. Okay, let me just for the safety of time, just copy here, then move to a new cell, right? From a new cell, then control Z. What the heck? Nope. Oh my days. Oh my days. Right. Okay, if you see something like this, that was a shit too. Alright, I was confused a little bit. So well, this is where now we say control V. Okay, I thought I've copied this information. What happened? I haven't copied. Control C. Let me check, but I usually don't do it that way. Okay, no way. No way. Okay, let's just do it. All right, so we have product, price, and quantity. Product, price, and quantity. Then we'll talk about total. Product. Product. Okay, price, price, and then we have a quantity, TT, then we have total. Okay, so first we need to bold this header. So I said that first you click this header, then you move towards bold. Okay, then you move under products. We have apple, we have mango, we have mango, we have pineapple. All right, price, let's say $5. Right, $5, $2, and $3, for example. All right, quantity, weight, right, control C, control V. Okay, now quantity, let's say this guy bought the person who bought apple bought three of them, all right, and then the person who bought mango bought two of them, right, and this guy, the person who bought pineapple, he bought six of them. This guy was very hungry, right? Now what we want to do, the total sales made by the made by this guy who bought Apple. We have to check. So how much did he pay? All right. Also need to check this too. The mango, the person who bought mango and pineapple. So how much they paid. All right. So we have to multiply by this 5 times 3, 2 times 2, 3 times 6. So there's two ways of doing this. So I'll be showing you all of them. The first one, the first one is this way. So the longer way. So the longer way is probably go there 5 times 3 times 3, then you enter. All right, you paid $15 to okay, you have to start with the equal sign, we said, and then you 2 times 2, 2 I mean, enter $4, 3 times 6, then oh my days, sorry, 3 times 6, enter. All right. By the way, the star sign is used for multiplication in Excel. Wow. Okay, can go ahead. Mm. So there's another way of doing this. This is the shorter way, and this is the way I prefer. Okay, let's wrap this. Okay, there's this way of doing it, which is much easier. Okay, start with equal sign. That is must. We do is this is how we do it. So the cell name, you have to put the cell name. We have this is B2, right? You can see here B2. This is the cell name. Then multiply by the next cell name, which is C C C C2. All right, C2. As you can see that. Then enter. As you can see, so B2 times C2, you get the answer as 15, which is similar as the one we did the long way. So after doing that, instead of doing the same formula for the all the cells, you can just click here on the lower part of the cell, double click. Okay, let's try double click. Can you see that? Okay, all the answers are returned. So that is a professional way of doing this work. So you'll come across a large data set, and you need to save time. So that's how this is done. Okay. Okay. So that one we are done, and we can move to the next thing. Operation system formulas results. Okay. So we said that this star shaped is used for multiplication. It is a sign for multiplication. Minus is just the same, and addition plus is just the same. Divide, we use a slash, the backward slash, and this one is exponents. If you are looking for 5 power 2, use this formula. Okay, this small arrow, use this. Okay, it's just the same thing as we have done. So we did this was a very good example, right? Cells referencing, let's check. Okay, okay, this is a class practice. I'm going to take you through this. So these are very good information. So we have items, we have prices, we have discounts. Okay, then we need to find the final price. Okay, so there's a 10% discount. So the price times discount is the final price. Okay, and same way that, okay, let's do this formula. Item price discount final price. So I said when you want to add a new sheet, you just go here, click the plus sign, a new sheet is opened, and you can name your sheet by double clicking, left click twice, then there we go. You can name your sheet whatever you want to name it. Let's say for test, just write test, enter. Now we have to, let me check here, item price discounts, items price discounts. Okay, items price and discount. Okay, now let's make it bold. This is a header, so headers usually are bold. Okay, let's make it bold. It can be seen here. This is a header right now. So for the items, we have, under the items, we have shirts, trousers, and jackets. We have what? Shirt, trousers, and jackets. Sorry. Okay, shirt. We have trousers and jackets. Okay, price, let's say 1,500, 599. Let's say that. Let's say for the trousers, it's costly. Let's say, all right, this is Kenyan shillings. Okay, let me just drop in. So, $20. Okay, let's say $10. All right, this one is, let's say the jacket cost $8. Right, so there's a discount here. Let's get discount. We have 10% discount. Um, we have 20% discount here, and here we have 15% discount. Okay, the final price. All right, how do we get the final price? That's a question to be answered, and it is, we can get the final price by multiplying B times C. Okay, am I correct? So let's check. A minute, give me a minute. Okay, we can get the final price and by taking B2, which is our initial price, then subtracting the discount. So the discount is 10% B, correct? That is how it should be done. So we can do, first we have to do the long way, then we go back and do the short way, so the professional way. First, let's go and start. Okay, equal sign and 20, then subtract, minus, then open bracket, 20, then multiply by 10%, multiply by 10%. Okay, if it exceeds the cell, as you can see, these informations have exceeded the cell. What do? You can just go where D is written here at the upper part, you can just click here, right, right. There's a parenthesis missing. Let's finish our equation. mm, Times 10%. All right, so this one has exceeded the cell, so you can just click that way, or there's another way of doing it. Let's say price, final price. I've gone way back, but there's no problem, we can do it again. There's no problem, we have time. Equals to 20 minus, then open bracket, and 20, then multiply by 10%, and then close the bracket. All right, okay. Now you just go to the, okay, they have already inserted the answer, so that's how I didn't want it that way. So if it exceeds the cell, you can go to formatting here, you click on this small arrow, just click there, and then you put out of it column and width. Okay, and as you can see here, this one is very small, to be honest. All right, okay, there's that way of doing, which I don't recommend you guys to use that way. I don't recommend it at all. So there's another way of doing, more professional, more efficient. Okay, 10, then multiply by 20%. This formula is very long, to be honest. $8, that's the final price, goes to 8, then minus, then open bracket, then 8, then multiply by 15%. Okay, enter. 6.8. That is one way of doing this work, but it takes a lot of time, so I prefer doing it more professional, to be honest. So when you're working with a large data set, you can't be doing that for each cell, so you will be, it will be taking a lot of time, so it will be consuming a lot of time. For you to save time, we do it more professional. Okay, so let's say you go to B2, this is the cell you want, just type here B2. All right, first you have to start with equal sign, I forgot that. B2 minus, then open bracket, then you say B2, then multiply by C2. I hope you guys are following. All right, so now you can see it's more professional. B2, B2 is this cell I'm talking about, then minus, you open the bracket, B2 multiply by C2. So it is not sensitive. If you write small c and here it's capital C, it has no problem. As long as you write C, it is okay. So you just enter, the answers are there. So once it is, you have done for the first cell, you just click here and this small, the lower side of the cell, double click, so the answers are returned. Okay, the answers are returned. That is what was all this about, right? The final price, so they were talking about all that. Okay, can talk about the sum functions, right? Sum range, the stuffs, then finally average, then minimum and maximum count, then we are done. All right, Excel functions. Objective: use Excel built-in functions for fast, accurate calculations. Write some functions. Add range of numbers, sum range. So why it matters. Calculate totals for salary, bonuses, projects. Okay. Alright, so there's this formula equals to sum. This is a formula that you'll be using it uh, most of the time. For example, let's say this is the final price working for the company. Then you want to add the total income. What you do is you add all this. Alright, so there's two ways of doing it. This is the first way by doing it here. This is the easiest way of doing it. 18. So you'll be doing this way. 18 plus, say, plus 8 plus 6.8. 6.8. Okay, enter. So you can see you get 32.8, but I don't recommend you using that way. This is how it should be done, because you'll be working with 9,000 rows of columns when you're working for a company, so you can't be adding one by one, right? What you do is equals to, then you press sum, use the sum function, then you open brackets, you say from this column. What is this? This is how we read the cells. First you start by reading the upper part, this column D, then the row number is D2. Now let's write D2. I hope you know that, because we have done a lot of calculations using that formula. Then D4 up to D4. So this column means 2, D2 to D4. Alright, close bracket and enter. As you can see, we have the same answer. Alright, and that is more professional way of using. This is the sum function. If you want to sum, you want to add all this, you just press equals to sum D2 to D4. Then here we go, the answer we have. Control Z. Okay, enter. That is the answer. Alright, so that is the sum function. So it adds range of number. Why it matters: calculates total for total salary, bonuses, projects. You see, so for example here, if it was the salary, so you want to add to the total salary by just doing equals to sum, then the ranges, so from D2 to D4, it adds automatically and gives you the total income. All right, any question up to here? If there is a question, you can ask me through the chat or anyone. If there is no question, we can continue. Any question? No? Okay. Um, okay, this thing, the sum functions we have done, finished. So now we have sum if. Okay, we have sum if. This one is much important, and this one will cover it when you are working with a large data sets. Okay, right, these ones will be sum if, average if, so we'll cover it when we are doing large data set. because right now what I have is a small data set, to be honest, so I cannot be using SUMIF, right? SUMIF, so it is used to track totals by per department, employee type, right? Now this is the formula. Mm-hmm. Uh, uh, right, so let's check in. This is the formula: SUMIF criteria range, criteria sum range, right? That is the formula. Why it matters: track totals per department employee, right? This is what I mean by, let's say, um, we have a department here, so let's just take this as names of our employees. These are the names of employees. Now we have departments. Okay, let's say HR department, and let's say IT, and health department, then IT. All right. Now you want to now calculate the total income for mm, say IT, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Now you want to calculate the total income for IT department. If you can remember, when you used sum, we added all of them, all right? But now I want us to just get the IT department. This is 8 plus 6.8, okay? So for you to do that, we use sum if, right? Sum if, that is what we use, equals to sum if, right? Now the criteria, the range. So let's check bonuses for full-time employees to, okay, and I wish I had this in, I had the, what do we call this, the data set for this work, so I'll be getting it tomorrow. God willing, and I'll be taking you through this. So make sure you remind me about this work. Okay, the sum if, this is very important work, to be honest. So let me highlight. You guys can you have to remind me this. Okay, it's a very important work, and I have to take you all this course for free, to be honest. And it will be unfair if you guys come here and I jump from one thing to another. So tomorrow, if God wills, will be covering some if, average if also. But now we can do the average function, okay? Let's go back to where we are. Right, so the sum if we cannot do with um, a small data set like this one, okay? You will understand more tomorrow. Make sure you come early. This same time, I'll be streaming same time. Alright, so now let's start with average. Okay, average is same as sum, but now we are doing the average of this, of the 3, 18, 8 and 6.8. Average, and average stuff, as you can see here, average from D2 to D4. So just enter. Now we have the, as you can see, this is the only way of doing the average. So you cannot do, or you can also do, you can add 18 plus 8 plus 6.8, then you divide by 3. You can do that, but this is how it should be done. Equals to average, then the range from from D2 to D4. Okay. What else we haven't covered? The average if. So I say this one is the same as sum if. It has the sum criteria range, criteria, then average range, right? So average if we also to cover this tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a lot of work. We're going to cover tomorrow this. Um, this one is very easy. Minimum returns the smallest value and maximum returns the range value. All right. So let's go back. Why do we need the minimum and why do we need the minimum and maximum? So for example, let's say this was the salary, right? For a company, the company has the number of, these are employees, and we have their salary, right? Then you want to check who earns the highest salary. So let's say the company is going bankrupt, then you want to reduce the salary of those who are earning very high amount. Then you, that's how we check, right? You just go here, then equal sign you have to put here the maximum. So which one is the maximum here? It is 18, right? So it's going to return 18. So D2 to D4, right? And 18, as you can see here, that is the maximum. Okay, the minimum. Also, if you want, there should be some bonuses. Let's say the company wants to give bonuses, and they first check those who are earning minimum salary. So the guy with the lowest salary, so you have to check him by minimum, then open here D2 to D4, right? D4, then you close the bracket and enter 6.8, as you can see. All right, that is what minimum and maximum functions are. All right. Okay, talked about the minimum and maximum. All right, so count a. All right, we have count a, counter a, and count, right? How many numbers, how many non-blanks, right? This is a very important function, to be honest, when you are working with a data set. Let's say you want to check how many employees the company has, and let's say, and you also want to check how many roles are open the company needs to hire. All right. All right, count means it basically counts what is there, 1 2 3 4. So now, for example, let's check him. Okay, let's check count. Or you have to start with equal sign. Equals to count, and all right, so we want to count from A2 to A4. I'll tell you to count from A2 to A to F4, right? To F4, right? Just close the bracket and enter. Hey, something M. Hey, can't be 0. Can't be 0. No, it can't be 0. All right, so I think we should be writing under A. Yeah, this guy is correct. Yeah, so thank you so much for correcting me. That's why I said you guys should help each other, to be honest. And let's try, see if it works. Count and A2 to A4, then close brackets and enter. My days is just the same thing. Don't know why it should be returning and why though? I don't know. It's returning 0. That is impossible. Uh, 822 to 877. Enter. Okay, guys, there's a small issue here. There's a small problem. So let's work on a real data. We see the information we get. Okay. Now this is how it will look like. Okay. And there's a small issue I'm getting. I don't know why. Alright. So these are the patient. This is the hospital data set, and there's a lot of information. Okay. Equals to count count a2 a2 to a a 673. And, as you can see here, it returns 672 of them. All right, it returns 672 with no blanks. That's how it is, right? That is how it should be. It counts all this by calculating, by just counting the normal by 1 2 3 4 5 that way. But if we click let's say we place um, we press count a. Count a usually checks the it checks the empty cells. Okay, count a, it counts the empty, but here I think we don't have an empty cell, right? As you can see, we don't have an empty cell. Okay, counter a no, no. So but we don't have an empty cell. Let's say 677 75. Okay, alright, 74 5. Okay, then enter counter a. We said okay, let's check that one. As you can see, we don't have any. Yep, that is true, to be honest. That's how we should show it. Okay, so it count a, we say that this one checks if there is an empty space. So if there is no empty space, it doesn't count. So count a. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Whoa. Okay, I'm back. Let's check for informations. Count if. All right. So this is count if. Now this also we have to check this if function tomorrow. What is? We have average if, sum if, and count if that need to be checked. And we have done some functions. We have done the average functions and count with count a also. So okay now. So, okay, that is the end of today's lesson. Make sure you smash the like button. We meet tomorrow, 10 a.m. East African time zone. And so, to be honest, today we have done a good steps. We talked about a lot of things, to be honest. So, if you want these notes, just comment down, hey, and I will send you the link to access this. Um, to access these notes. Okay, and there's a video I posted yesterday. There was a stream yesterday where we talked about the introduction of data analysis, covering the every aspect, including the average salary, also the roadmap, everything there. There's introduction, a whole introduction that we talked about yesterday. Make sure you check out that, and before we go into deeper and deeper part. So we also covered what data analysis basically do day to day in his life. So we also said that data analysis cannot be replaced by AI. You don't have to worry about AI replacing our job stuff because data analysis requires extroverts. All right, someone who can speak, and we cannot have a meeting with an AI that is something uh, that is abnormal. Okay, I don't know about the future, but this work is very good and it is in high demand. Make sure you push yourself. It's not easy. It's not gonna be easy. There's nothing easy, and just do your best and make sure you don't miss lessons. Make sure you call me when you're stuck somewhere. You just text me on WhatsApp or Instagram or X. I'm always there for you guys. If you want any help, just talk to me. If you want any resources, just talk to me. I have a lot of books, and I purchase a lot of books on online. So there's a free books that I can give you. You read them and make sure you be connected with me. Become very close with me. Yeah, you can make it. You will make it. I'm 100% sure. Don't even have to worry about that. I will take care of that. Make sure you do what is right. Don't miss lessons. You take notes. You do the assignments I give you. So I'll be giving you assignments. Then you will submit through my email. Then I will see. All right. Make sure you do what is right. That is it. And thank you so much. Been a long time. And mm, okay, it's been a long time. So thank you so much and bye. I have to end the stream now. We'll meet again tomorrow in the morning and 10 a.m. East African time zone. Make sure you'll be in there in time. Right. Thank you so much, guys. Bye. Say say hi.